Hug your knees into the chest. Give yourself a really big hug here. Reach around for opposite elbows. Keep the back of the head on the floor. See if you can lengthen the neck, a slight tuck of the chin. Allow the whole body to be felt on the earth. Mother holding you. Beautiful. Go ahead and now place the hands behind the knees. We're going to rock gently up into our boat pose. So get a little momentum. Come up into your boat pose. Hold it. Come back down nice and slow with control. Come back up, boat pose. Hold it. Nice. Coming down. One more time. Come to that boat pose. Hold it. Really lift your heart. Good. Cross your ankles. Place your hands down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Keep your knees bent in this first one. Spread the fingers wide. Thumb and index finger are rooted. Place your energy of your heart towards your thighs. Relax your head. Relax your neck. Maybe even pedal out the legs now, bending one knee and straightening the other. Nice and slow. Each time we come to the mat, no matter how many times we practice, I could attest to this, it is different. You're in a different day. You're in a different mode. The energy in the air is different. So come into the body with awareness and mindfulness. One more breath. Beautiful. Inhale to your plank. Take a nice, long, stretchy plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up again. Bend the knees. Press your heart energy towards your thighs. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to that Plankasana. Beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a look forward and walk your feet very slowly to the front of the mat. Find your forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Fingers on the shins. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. One more of those. Inhale, half lift. Fingers on the shins, straighten the legs. Press the leg bones back. Exhale, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, root down through the outer edges of your feet. Lift your arches, come all the way up. Bring your energy to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana, take it slow. Let the blood settle in. Exhale, hands to prayer through heart center. Forward fold, take it slow. Inhale, half lift, fingers on the shins. Again, really rock forward into the balls of the feet this time. Good, bend the knees, exhale, fold. Plant the hands, right foot is coming back. Low lunge, pause here. Rock forward and back. You might even come to your fingertips or grab some blocks. Spread the toes wide and just feel the opening in the back of that right leg. Beautiful. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, lower all the way down with control. Untuck the toes, hug the elbows in. Baby cobra, lift the heart. Nice. Exhale, tuck the toes, tuck the chin, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg up. Just bend the right knee. Just bend it and start to open up that right hip crease. Bring that right foot over to the left side of your mat. Yeah, there it is. That energy is pulling that hip over. Root down equally through the thumb and index finger in both hands. And really allow the chin and the neck to release. Nice. One more breath. Nice. Straighten that right leg. Square the hips. Right foot's going to come to the front of the mat. Low lunge. Gaze forward. Long spine. Pause. Breathe in. Good. Exhale. Left foot comes forward. Inhale. Half lift. And exhale. Fold. HA. Beautiful. Inhale. Root down to rise up. All the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale. Forward fold. Hands through heart center. Inhale, half lift, fingers on the shins, rock forward a little bit again. Trust yourself, trust the earth. Exhale, fold. Left foot's coming back, light on those hands. We're gonna rock forward and back. You can always grab those blocks. Just allow that left leg to open up a little bit, warming up your muscles. Focusing on your breath, beautiful. Go to remove blocks or props, step back, downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale to your plank, roll into that pose. Good. Exhale, lower all the way down. Tuck those toes, lift just your heart, hug those elbows in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale that left leg up. Bend the left knee. Reach that left foot energetically over to the right side. Root down. Nice. Thumb, index finger on both sides are really pressing down evenly. Straighten that left leg. Left foot comes to the front of the mat. Long spine, gaze forward, light on the fingers. Right foot comes forward. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold, HA. Stay here for a moment, just hanging out in your forward fold. Grab for opposite elbows. Allow yourself just a few moments here to release into this posture. You might even release the hands if you'd like and walk your hands around one side of the body, then the other. Nice. One more breath. Remember to always move at your own pace. Come back to center. Start to rise up. Root down to rise up. Can you feel the energy coming up through the arches, fingertips to the sky? Exhale, forward fold. We'll take it again. Inhale, half lift. Moving your energy. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Right foot comes back. Pause here. Left arm is going to come up. Side twist. Inhale. Exhale, left hand comes down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank, lengthen the spine, hovering here, press into the fingertips, good. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way with control. Untuck the toes, lift your heart, beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale that right leg up, bend the right knee again, open up that right hip crease. This time make some circles going one way then the other. We're gonna get these hips nice and open. Release your jaw as you're doing this, relax your neck. Straighten that right leg, square your hips, flex the right foot. Right foot to the front of the mat, low lunge, gaze forward. Nice, drop the left heel, rise up, warrior one. Pause here. You can square your hips, you can walk the feet a little further apart. Make sure they're facing forward. Find your shape. We'll do this a lot today. Exhale, elbows are wide. Nice, inhale, reframe your face. Exhale, elbows are wide. Maybe shine your heart this time if that's available. Deeply bend into that right knee. Inhale, reframe the face. Beautiful. Surround that front foot. Come to the ball, the left foot. The right foot's going to come all the way back up into the air. Three-legged dog. Beautiful. Right foot comes to the front of the mat. Drop that left heel. Rise up, warrior two. Finding your feet in space. Take your time. Heels are aligned. Gaze is soft. Reach forward. Reverse your warrior. Exhale. Right forearm's going to come to the right thigh for this first one. Right hand is facing out, left arm comes up and over. Good. Just staying here for a moment. Find yourself in space. Can you lean that left shoulder blade back a little bit? The left ear comes towards that left arm. Chin maybe up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Nice. Come back to warrior two, nice and soft. Straighten that right leg. Hinging at the hips. Reach forward with your right hand, left hand on that left hip. Keep reaching. Dropping that right hand on that right shin this morning. Left arm comes up. Tuck that right glute under the left hip and lean back. Good. Nice. Nice, Jess. Good. One more breath. Feel the energy in your heels. Nice. Exhale. We bend that right knee. Come back to warrior two. Cartwheel your hands, surround that front foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank. Beautiful. Exhale, lower it down all the way or halfway with control. Inhale, rise your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale that left leg up. Left foot to the front of the mat. Right foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Nice, and exhale, fold. Inhale, root down to rise up, all the way up, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, hands through heart center. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, HA fold. Plant the hands, left foot comes back, right arm comes up. Inhale. Right hand comes down, step back, downward facing. Beautiful. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, halfway down or all the way. Inhale, rise your heart. Nice. Exhale, downward facing. Beautiful. Inhale that left leg up, bend that left knee. Maybe making some circles here, finding a little bit more. Nice, straighten that left leg, flex the left foot, press the left foot away from the body. Good. Left foot to the front of the mat, drop the right heel, rise up, warrior one. Take your time again, finding yourself in space. Hips are pointing forward, good. Bend that left knee. Some of us were told to make sure the left heel is in alignment with the middle of that back foot. But for me, my hips can't point forward then, so you step out. Be in, yep, good. Be in that like quality of hips. Exhale, elbows wide. Beautiful. Inhale, reframe your face. Exhale, elbows wide. Maybe shine your heart this time. Nice. Inhale, reframe. Surround that front foot. Exhale, come to the ball of the right foot. Left leg comes all the way up to the sky. Beautiful. Left foot to the front of the mat. Coming up, warrior two. Find your feet in space. Reach forward, reverse your warrior. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale, left forearm to that left thigh. Right arm's going to come up and over. Pause here. So as you're here again, this time, tucking the left glute under the right hip. Ground down through the outer edge of that right foot. Spiral the right ribcage up to the sky. Heart is pointing upwards. Breathe. Nice. Warrior two. Inhale. Straighten that left leg. Right hand on the right hip. Pull the right hip away from the body as you reach forward with that left hand. Left hand comes down to that left shin. Nice. Right arm comes up. Your whole body is flat, like you're against a wall. And breathe. You might even pick up your toes to make sure you're not clenching or gripping. Nice. Relax your jaw. Separate your teeth. One more breath. Nice. Warrior two. Rebend that left knee. Cartwheel your hands around the front foot. Step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank. Exhale. Lower down with control. Untuck the toes. Lift your heart. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale that right leg up. Right foot to the front of the mat. Left foot to meet it. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold to HA. Take a break here. Grab opposite elbows. Feel free to grab a drink of water. Nice. Just allow 2 more breaths here. Whatever's feeling good for you here. Lots of bend in the knee if you like. A mushy forward fold is what I like to call it. Just hugging in on yourself this morning. Good. Go ahead and release those arms. Come into that heavy state of surrender. Roll yourself up nice and slow, slower than you think you should. So as soon as you think you're going slow, go slower. When you get to the top, let your energy of your fingers come to the ceiling. Maybe the gaze is up this morning. Maybe it's slower. Just be where you are with this. Exhale when you're ready. Just find your Tadasana. Arms will float down by your side. And just finding your gaze nice and steady in front of you. Beautiful. Taking just a moment here to feel the solidity of Tadasana. Take one more breath in. And in your next exhale, have a seat into Utkatasana, chair pose. Sitting into your heels, peek down. Make sure your knees are behind your big toes. Now take your tailbone and tuck it. Allow yourself to soften through the shoulders. The gaze is very soft just in front of you. Nice. One more breath. Exhale, forward fold. Dive into those long legs. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Right foot is coming back. Left arm comes up. Find your side twist. Stay here with me for a moment. Nice. Pausing. Reach a little further up with your gaze if available. Press through that right heel. Right foot is pressing into the earth. Find some space. Nice. Exhale. Left hand comes down. Pause here. Both arms are going to come up. Finding a high lunge. It's your breath and your gaze that will keep you steady here. Take your time. Make any adjustments with your feet that you need to. Square your hips. There's a slight internal rotation of that right thigh. Good. Ball of the right foot on the floor if that's available for you. Good. One more breath. Stay here. Place your right hand on your left thigh. Start to look over towards your left shoulder. This is where you are. Stay here. If you want to take that left arm behind you, sweep it behind you, parallel to the floor, reaching back. The gaze is going to lock to the back corner of your mat. Maybe not today, right? Maybe someday. Watch your hips in your mind's eye. See if you can engage the inner thighs a little bit more. Find that twist in your body. Cleansing twist. Beautiful. Left hand will come forward. Watch it come forward. Both arms come up. Inhale. Drop the right heel to the floor. Forgive my back here. Warrior two. Take it easy and slow. Good. Straighten that left leg. Both arms come up. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Come back to it. Good. 3 more of those. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale, warrior two. Move at your own pace. Good. 2 more of those on your own. Inhaling lifts you up. Those look great. Exhale, back to warrior two. Nice. 1 more. Inhale. Let's meet in warrior two, pausing in the warrior two. Take a look at the heels, roughly in alignment here, right? Back foot as evenly parallel to that back of the mat as possible. Can you lean back a little bit into your own aura? Trust yourself. You're in the outer edges of your feet more than in the insides of your feet. Soften the shoulders, soften the elbows, soften your gaze. Nice, one more breath here. Beautiful holds. Yeah. Lean forward, flip that left palm up, reverse your warrior. The left quad is gonna thank you later, I promise. Nice. Left elbow inside of the left knee, if that's available for you today. Place a block. If you're feeling like you need the support, I'm gonna modify with you. Left elbow inside of that left knee, right arm comes up. Can you focus on the outer edge of that right foot for a moment? Feel the outer edge, press it down energetically. Good, now press the left inner knee into the left elbow, elbow into the knee, and spin the spine just a little bit more so that your gaze is upwards. Good, one more breath. Nice, these look good. Beautiful, come back up, warrior two, keep that block nearby. Straighten that left leg. You might scoot the right foot in for this next Trikonasana. We're holding it a little longer. When you place your hand on that right hip, think about pulling it back a little bit in space so everything is flat. Reach forward, find your half Trikonasana first. Left hand can come to the shin or maybe to a block inside of your shin this time. Right arm comes straight up. Nice, and breathe here. Beautiful. If the neck is straining at all, just relax the gaze towards the side wall instead, right? It's not a neck exercise, so I don't want any strain in the neck for this one. You can look sideways, good. You can even look down if that's comfortable for your neck. Yeah, sometimes we need a break from that. One more breath. I know these are long holds this morning. Beautiful. Bend that left knee, start to come back up, warrior two. Nice, cartwheel your hands, surround that front foot, come to the ball of the right foot, step back into a plank. Hold your plank this morning. Spread the toes nice and wide. Imagine I have a little string in the middle of your back, and I just lift up your mid-spine just a little bit. Do you feel your abs contract to do that? Press the earth away with the fingertips. Good. If you're shaking, the body's just thanking you. One more breath. Roll just a little bit forward to the very tips of your toes. Start to come down halfway. Elbows are going to hug into your ribs. Untuck your toes. Straighten your arms. Lift your heart, upward dog. Beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Beautiful. Bring your big toes together. Put a little bend in your knees and look towards your belly button. Press into the earth, thumb, index finger, all fingers rooted down. Nice, now look forward, inhale. In your exhale, float to the front of the mat, take a hop or two or three, whatever you need to get there. Inhale, half lift. Nice, exhale, fold. Bend those knees, come back to Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, standing in your Tadasana. Beautiful, nice. Inhale, arms are coming up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Left foot's coming back, right arm comes up, side twist, pause here. One more breath, press back through that left leg, really stretch it out. Thank you, body. Nice, right hand is coming down, coming to high lunge. So make any adjustments you need to with your feet. Right knee's over that right ankle, rise up, nice and slow. Nice. Strong left leg, hips are squared. You can guide yourself. You can actually, place your hands on your hips. Right thigh is parallel to floor. Nice. Take your left hand and just drop it gently on the outer edge of that right thigh. Look over towards that right bicep. Remember, this is where you might be today and just stay there. If you want to go a little further, you might sweep your arm back, parallel to the floor. Root your gaze towards the back mat. Really stretching and pressing through that left leg, press into that left foot. Engage the inner thighs like you're squeezing a little penny between your inner thighs. That's how much energy there is there right now. Nice, look forward, both arms come with your gaze, up. Exhale, drop that left heel, warrior two. Nice, straighten that right leg, both arms come up. Nice, exhale, warrior two. Beautiful. Good, 3 more of those. Inhale, straighten. Nice, exhale, warrior two. Good, 2 more on your own. Take your time, feel yourself in space with this one. Yeah, nice. Nice job. One more. We'll meet in warrior two, nice and steady. And just hold your warrior two for a moment here. Nice. Find yourself in space. It's okay to look at those heels. Look at that back foot. Soften your shoulders. Lean back a little bit. Trust yourself in space. There it is. Good. Your head is over your heart. Your heart is over your belly button. Your belly button is over the pelvic floor. There it is. Good. Reach forward. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale. That right elbow's coming to the inside of that right knee. Grab that block if you did so on the other side. Left arm comes up. We're pausing here, so you'll find that. Hitting all of the same postures, just in a slightly different order on this side. Nice. One more breath here. Lean back just a little more. Press the right knee into the right elbow and the elbow into the knee. Good. Slowly coming back up, warrior two. Straighten that right leg. You might inch that left foot in a little bit. Left hand is going to guide you. Pulling that left hip back just a little bit in space so you have some space to move forward. Really reach forward. Dropping that right hand on a block or on that shin. Rolling the heart and the gaze upwards. If the gaze is not meant to go upwards today, that's okay. Roll the heart upwards. Nice. Lean back into your space. Beautiful. Good. If any of you want to practice this on the wall with me after class, let me know. This one is a fun one to feel against the wall. We're holding this for 2 more breaths. Keep breathing big, beautiful inhales and exhales. Nice. Beautiful. Exhale, slowly coming back to that warrior two. Nice. Cartwheel your hands, surround that front foot. Come to the ball of the left foot. Step back into your plank. Nice and slow. Find your plank. You want those elbows soft, but the fingertips are activated really strong, like you're gripping the mat. Spread the toes wide. Press them away. Now that slight lift of the mid-back, feel the obliques pull in, like you have a little bit of a tight belt around your waist. These are why these holds are so good for us. All right, roll a little forward to the tippy toes. Hug the elbows in, lower halfway down. Untuck the toes, lift your heart, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, inhale that left leg up. Left foot to the front of the mat. Right foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Nice, and exhale, fold. Nice job. Hang out here, 3 breaths. You can take your hands behind your head, interlace your fingers webbing to webbing. You can look at me if that didn't make sense. Bend the knees a whole bunch. This isn't just sometimes a nice way to relax the wrist as well and just get a little different blood flow to the hands. Nice. You'll find that the guide of your hands sometimes gets you into a deeper fold. Good. 1 more breath here. One more breath. Release your arms. Nice, rolling yourself up 1 vertebra at a time. Reaching your hands all the way up to the sky. Maybe take a little back bend here. Back bends can look whatever they are for you. So you just want to really ground down to the outer edges of your feet. Maybe close your eyes first and feel your arches lifting you up. Really firm quads. Tailbone is reaching down. Then maybe open the eyes and lift your gaze if that's available. Lifting up out of the waistline. Maybe gazing towards the ceiling today or not. Just 2 more breaths like that. Wherever you are, just finding your back bend. Beautiful. Exhale, bring your prayer hands to heart center. Samasthiti. Just take a few breaths here. Breathe in and breathe out. 1 more. Breathe in and breathe out. Nice job. Relax the hands down by your side. Tadasana, coming to a second set of outstanding today. Inhale, both arms are coming up. Exhale, have a seat, Utkatasana, chair pose. We're going to sit here for a while. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Sink deep into your knees. Good. Not into your knees, into your shins. Wrong part of the anatomy. Look over your right shoulder. Your left elbow is going to come towards the outer edge of that right thigh. If you can hook it, great. If not, just work on it today. Sitting a little deeper, don't compromise the knees. If there's pain, that's not cool. And come out of it, good. Nice, sit a little deeper. Maybe even glance at the knees, make sure they're in alignment. Draw the low belly in, pull the belly button towards the spine. That gives you more space. You'll find that you might be able to sit a little deeper. Come back to center. Stand into Tadasana, exhale. Good. Inhale, have a seat. Come back into your seat. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Looking over the left shoulder, you're gonna move the torso in a spiral here. Bowing down, maybe that right elbow fits on the outer edge of that left thigh today, good. And just working here, pressing the fingertips into one another gently. Your gaze could be towards those hands if available. Look at those knees, they tend to wanna follow your gaze, so keep them in alignment, toes are all facing forward. Draw the belly button into the spine, breathing in and out, bringing a little bit more of a seat. Good, one more breath, beautiful. Come back to center, standing Tadasana, that might feel good. Good. Yeah, you could rub your quads. You can thank them for that work. As we slowly come out of our winter slumber, yeah? Inhale, both arms are coming up. Good, exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Good, inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Right foot comes back, left arm comes up, side twist, pause here, inhale. Nice. Exhale, left hand comes down, both arms come up, high lunge, inhale. Nice, right hand is gonna fall on the outer edge of that left thigh. Look over at that left arm. Square your hips, engage the inner thighs. Good, the hips are squared and forward. Sweep the left arm back and parallel to the mat if available. Lock your gaze and your breath. Beautiful. Come forward, left arm's coming forward, right arm comes back, come into your warrior two, forgive my back. Straighten that left leg, both arms come up. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Good, one more of those. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, warrior two. Nice, reach forward, reverse your warrior. Pause here, we're gonna sit with this for a moment. You can keep that right arm, just relax on that right thigh. If you wanna take a bind, take your right arm behind the low back and reach for your left hip crease. Bending a little deeper into that left knee. Raise your gaze. Beautiful, those look gorgeous. 2 more breaths here. Nice, exhale, release that right arm. Left elbow inside of that left knee. You can grab that block again. Right arm comes straight up to the ceiling. This is not an extended side angle. Your arm is coming straight up, good. Lean into that left knee leans into that left elbow. Really allow that to bring you a little bit more into that space where you can lean back. Nice, one more breath. Maybe pick up the toes, make sure they're not really grasping. Nice, exhale, coming back, warrior two. Straighten that left leg, place your hands on your hip. Rotate your left foot to be even with your right. Bring your arms behind you, interlace the fingers, webbing to webbing. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, tuck your chin to your chest, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, take your hands with you best you can. Coming into that fold this morning, breathe. Nice job. Nice. Beautiful, 2 more breaths here. Come up halfway, so you're gonna cinch that waistline like you did in your planks. Come up halfway, bring your body halfway up. Release your arms under your shoulders, plant the hands on the floor. Nice, bend the elbows, bow towards the earth. Straighten the legs, inhale. Nice, one more time. Exhale, bend the elbows, bow. Good. Inhale, half lift. Widen your feet just a little bit more. The heels can come out a little bit further than the toes. Bring your fingers in alignment with your big toe. Nice. Bend the elbows. You're going to look at your forearms. They're making a number 11. You can always grab a block for this. Place your crown on the block. You can look at me for that shape. That block can be any height. Always, if there's a headstand in your practice, if you're there and you want to practice, feel free. But that block is super helpful. Nice. And breathe. Beautiful. We're here for 2 to 3 more breaths. Just give it just time. Notice the energy flip when we're upside down. Nice. To come out of this, put a little tiny bend in the knees. Place your hands under your shoulders. Lift up to that half lift again. Walk your way over to that left foot. Facing forward on your mat. Come into that low lunge. Step back. Dog. Exhale. Your choice here. You could stay here or go through your flow. Inhale to a plank. And exhale halfway down or all the way. Inhale, lift your heart. Beautiful. Exhale, downward facing. Nice. Inhale that right leg up. Bend the right knee. Right knee is making some circles. Get it high, higher. Right knee towards the sky. Good. Straighten the right leg. Right foot to the front of the mat. Low lunge. Gaze forward. Stay light on your fingers. Left foot comes forward to meet it. Nice. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Come into your seat, Utkatasana. We've been here before. Chair pose. Tuck that low tailbone. Stand Tadasana. Good. Inhale, both arms sweep up. Exhale, have a seat. Bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Look over the right shoulder, left elbow to the outside of that right thigh. One more of these. It's a practice, yes. Left elbow to the outside of that right thigh. Good. Draw that low belly in. Take the front low ribs and just draw them in a little bit too. You'll find that you have a little more space. You might be able to sit a little deeper into your heels. One more breath. All the toes are pointing forward. Knees are in alignment. Come back to center slowly. Use control in your waistline with this. Exhale, stand, Tadasana. Nice. Inhale, both arms are up. Exhale, have a seat. Nice and slow. Bring those prayer hands to heart center. With mindfulness here, you're looking over left shoulder now. Taking that bow. Right elbow to the outside of that left thigh. Good. Again, cinching that waistline, finding a little bit more space. Those front low ribs, pull them in a little too. And you can check yourself out at all times. Knees, toes, booty, all the things that get out of whack on this one. One more breath here. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to center with control. Standing firm, Tadasana. Inhale, arms are up. Exhale, swan dive. Lead with your heart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands. Left foot is coming back. Right arm comes up. Side twist. Inhale. Pause here. Press back through that left foot. Nice. Right hand comes down. Both arms come up. Find your high lunge. Lock your gaze. Your breath and your gaze are everything here. Hips are square. You can touch them. Yeah. Right knee over that right ankle. Nice. Left hand over the outside of that right thigh. Look over at that right bicep. Maybe swim that arm to the back. Engage your inner thighs. Press back to that left heel. Beautiful. Start to look forward. Right arm comes forward. Left heel drops. Left arm comes back. Warrior two. Nice. Straighten that right leg. Both arms come up. Inhale. Exhale. Warrior two. Nice. Inhale. Both arms. Nice. Exhale. Warrior two. Pause here. Reach forward. Reverse your warrior. We're staying here again for a little bit. Maybe that left hand comes behind the low back, reaching for that right hip crease. Once you get to where you need to be on this, rebend that right knee a little bit more. Lift your gaze up. Nice. And breathe. Beautiful. That breath. That breath and that gaze carry us. Release that left arm. Right elbow to the inside of that right knee. You can always grab that block again. Left arm is going to come straight up. Take your time. Find yourself in space here. Beautiful. Nice. That left rib cage is rotating up towards the sky. Your left outer edge of the foot is energizing down towards the floor. Nice long left leg. Finding all these twists today. Beautiful. One more breath. Coming slowly back to your warrior two. Place your hands on your hips. Straighten the right leg. Rotate your right foot to be even with your left. This time, pull your heels in towards one another. Toes are going to point out. Sit down low. You want your knees over your ankles, so really take a look at yourself there for a moment. You might have to bring the feet closer or wider. Get your goddess legs first, and then straighten them. And then come back down into goddess, nice and slow. Draw the tailbone down. Find a tristy. Adjust a gaze in front of you. Good, one more time, straighten, inhale. Nice, exhale, just in the legs right now, sitting a little deeper. Stay here with me for a moment. Bringing up the right arm, then the left into a goalpost shape. You want your elbows in alignment with your shoulders best you can. Open up your heart, smile through your face and your collarbone. Now tuck your tailbone, draw the low belly in just a little, as if you're against a wall. You might even imagine that you're leaning against a wall. Nice, everything comes up, star pose right here. Inhale, there it is. Exhale, sit back down. You can express yourself. Inhale, coming all the way up, star. Nice, exhale, coming down. Good, let's do it, inhale. Beautiful, 3 more, exhale. Nice, inhale. Move at your own pace, lovely. Exhale, see if you can sit in it just a little longer, beautiful. Nice, inhale. Nice, one more of these. Exhale, sitting down, nice and low. You have the strongest quads, I promise. Inhale, coming back up. Place your hands on your hips. Shift your heels behind your big toes. Nice, bring your arms behind you. Interlace your hands, non-dominant hand on top this time. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Slowly starting to come to that dive. Remember the cinching of the waist like you had in your plank. You want a strong core here. Find your plank core. Coming down slow, keeping that slight engagement in the side body. Good. One more breath. Beautiful. Come up halfway. Use that core again. Release your arms with control. Drop the hands under your shoulders. Bend the elbows. Exhale. Good. Inhale halfway up. And exhale. Bend the elbows. Good. One more of these. Inhale halfway up. Straighten the arms. Nice. Pause here. Right hand's going to go under your nose. Left hand's going to go to the low back. This is maybe where you are today, and this is enough. Tight shoulders can be restricting. You might even walk your heels a little bit wider. Look over your left shoulder, just like you're looking as someone's coming up to the side of you. Good. If you feel like you have more rotation, maybe you look towards the ceiling or where the ceiling and the wall meet. If it's feeling comfortable in your body, you might even raise your left arm up, but watch your hips as you do that. If you become too out of whack, put your hand back on the low back. Good. Yoga is a beautiful practice. It's a practice of mindfulness. It's not about having to achieve a certain pose. It's about the journey. So when I give you incremental things, feel free to stay and linger in one level, right? Like be there for a while or maybe forever. It doesn't matter. One more breath here. Beautiful. Slowly look down. Let your gaze come down first. Let that left arm come down. You're going to bring that left arm on behind the right and reach for your right shin. You might grab it, walk your right arm forward. You can look at me for that shape. You can also have your hands on a block. That right arm is lengthened away from your body. Good. So yeah, bring your right arm forward towards me a little. Yeah, so you want that right arm to come this way. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's going to be better. Yeah, so that you can look under the right underarm. Yeah, there you go. If you want to just walk your right arm a little bit more forward, yeah, and then you can get a bigger twist. You can look under, yeah, your right underarm at me. Awesome. Sorry, I could have cued you better on that. I apologize. That's how we learn. There it is. 2 more breaths. Make sure you're breathing and find there's these subtle twists we're doing today. A lot of stuff without organs, I know. Slowly come back to center. Inhale to a half lift. Neutralize the spine. Exhale, fold. Good. Do that 2 more times on your own. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Place your left hand under your nose, straighten the left arm. Right hand comes to the low back. Start to just look over to the right side. Remember, this is maybe where you stay today. That is a twist. If you're going towards the seam in the ceiling and the wall, look there. Maybe the right arm comes up today. Maybe it doesn't. It doesn't matter. As soon as we let go of the results, we have more freedom in our body and we have more freedom in our practice. Our bodies change every day. One more breath here, beautiful. You might place that right hand back on the low back, look down at that left hand. You're gonna walk that left hand forward, drop the chin to the chest. Now, thread that right arm under, reaching for that left shin. Look under that left underarm. All right, I did that a little better. Good, and breathe. Notice if the breath gets a little choppy and just see where you need to ease out to make it more smooth. Nice job. And thank you, body, yeah? Thank you, body. One more breath, stunning. Slowly unwind yourself, bring both arms under your shoulders, inhale to a half lift. Exhale, walk your hands over to that right foot. Come to a low lunge, step back, plank, drop to the knees, big toes together. You deserve this. Child's pose, sit back to the heels, take time. You can always put a block under your forehead. And we're just gonna release here for a few breaths. Take any child's pose that's feeling good for you today. Thank you, body. Beautiful. 2 more breaths here. Nice. And just slowly coming to all fours, finding your quadruped. Nice. Walk your knees towards your hands, cross your ankles, and come to sit on the mid-center of your mat. Make sure your strap is nearby and your blocks are close by. Slowly come down to your back when you're ready, just making sure all your props are around you, that you could reach for them. It's going to feel good to get grounded. But let's take a moment grounding. Bend your knees and walk your heels towards your sit bones. Place your hands down by your sides. And go ahead and just press the low back into the floor. Use your abs to do this. So really allowing like a very solid connection. Good. Now release the low back softly. Nice. Again, pressing the low back down, just the low back. See if you can isolate just that flat low back. You'll feel that the side body, the obliques, even some of the intercostal muscles get involved in this. Now release it, soften the belly, let the natural curve of the spine reveal. Nice, one more time, press the low back in, settle, press it down really firm into the floor so that I could not even get a piece of paper under there if I wanted to. Keep your arms relaxed and soft and your feet soft and fluffy. And exhale, just release that low back, let that like natural curve come to the body. Good. Beautiful. Slowly draw your knees into your chest. Take a nice little hug here. Nice. Just release the left leg. The left foot's going to come to the floor. Grab your strap. It should be in half. And you're going to take your strap and just loop it around the bottom of your foot. I have an imaginary strap. I just realized I forgot one. And then stretch it, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. We're just going to have some gentle stretching now. Bring your elbows all the way to the floor. So let the strap be in both hands and bring your elbows all the way down to the floor. So you might want to really get a little bit more space in your strap. So don't double up your strap. Have a single strap. So let's unwind the strap. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Good. So that your forearms can, your triceps can come all the way down to the floor. Good. So we do a little bicep curl with this. So hug your elbows in towards your side. You're holding the strap gently in both hands. Straighten that right leg all the way up to the ceiling best you can. You could have a little bend in the knee. Now, a little firmness so you feel that it's like it's not going anywhere. Take those light fists of yours and start to bring them towards your shoulders, a little tiny bicep curl. Your leg is going to come with it. Good. Exhale, release that bicep curl. Good. Keep the low back firmly planted. Coming back, bicep curl. We're getting abs, stretch, and biceps all in one. Release. Do that a few times on your own, just playing with the intensity. You could always put a tiny bend in that knee. If you have super tight hamstrings, this is going to work no matter what. You don't have to strain your knee. And try to keep your head down. I don't want you to strain it. You're doing great. Yeah. See if you can really allow a little bit more of a bicep curl. So you want to try to take those hands towards your shoulders. Yeah, there it is. Good. The next time you come to your bicep curl, hold and breathe. Breathe into your hamstring. Soften your jaw. Release your teeth from one another. Notice if you're clenching. Nice. You might even take a little bit more of that strap in your hand. You might find that you're getting release in the hamstring and you might want to intensify it. Yeah. If you're feeling it, you might even slowly start to extend that left leg. Only if you're feeling it. Keep a light bend in that left knee and test it. If it doesn't feel good, you can replace that left foot on the floor. Give your body 3 breaths in each posture, in each section of this. Good. You're going to slowly release the arms. Keep the right leg up. Hand the strap that's in your left hand to your right hand. Place your left hand on your left hip. Put a little bend in the knee, but have a firm grasp on that strap. You might even place a block to the outside of your right thigh. We're going to come all the way over to the right, starting to allow the right leg to come out. You might want to couch that right leg on a block, maybe the squishy block if you're using a block. The wood blocks are a little harder on this one. And see if you can bring your chin parallel to your body, like neutral to your body, and press gently into that left hip to just get a little bit more of a square hip. You can lengthen that left leg if that feels good. You can keep it bent. Just experiment. If you have that block like I do under the right thigh, when you start to really feel like you don't need the block anymore, you might slowly remove it and see where the foot goes. If the foot touches the earth, maybe yay, maybe not, it doesn't matter. Beautiful, one more breath here. Put a slight bend in right knee and really grasp your strap very well. I want you to visualize you're using your breath to bring your right leg back up and then do so. Really lifting up that right leg to the center. Good. Hand both straps to the left hand. Place your right arm out to a half T and lengthen the left leg down to the floor. Keep it nice and relaxed. Bend the right knee a little bit and you're going to bring your right leg over to the left side, looking over at your right hand. So you're taking that twist. Good. So you're going to feel that in your right glute, performance. You're going to feel it in a lot of spaces and places. You can dial it up or down. You can also grab a block and place it under that right leg if needed on the other side. We're holding this for about a minute as well on this side, so take your time. And breathe. Beautiful job. See if you could soften a little more into your twist. Notice where there's still tension. See if you could just release into that breath. One more breath. You're going to bring your chin back to center first. Bend that right knee and bring the right knee in. Release the strap. Interlace your hands around the right shin. Keep the left leg long. You can always peek at me. Hug that right knee into your body. Take a really nice squeeze. Beautiful. And then go ahead and lengthen that right leg to the floor. You might feel its spaciousness. It might even feel longer than the left leg. Sometimes it does. You can rock the feet side to side and just enjoy a little freedom in that right hip socket. Beautiful. Let's start on the other side. Get your props ready, blocks on both sides. Get your strap ready again. Step both feet to the mat. Nice. Left leg is going to come all the way up to the ceiling. Strap that left foot. Bring the triceps all the way down to the floor. Press the low back into the earth like we did when we were practicing before. And then when you're ready, those little bicep curls, bring your fist, light fist, towards your shoulders. Stretch. Exhale, release it. Good. Inhale, little bicep curl. Exhale, release it. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. We'll do a few more of those. Nice. One more. Hold it. So you sit with it now. You can always straighten that right leg if that feels good for you, or just keep that right knee bent. You might feel that that left hamstring is starting to release, so take a little bit more of a tighter grip and get a little deeper stretch if needed. We have about 2 more breaths here. Just find a little more spaciousness. Beautiful. Nice. Hand that strap in your right hand over to your left hand. Place your right hand on your right hip. You're going to start to rotate that left leg out. You can put a bend in that left knee. Don't forget, you can have a little bend. It's really the hip socket, the inner thighs, the hamstring that we're working, not the knees. If you have that block, you might catch it under that left thigh. Keep your chin neutral. You might extend that right leg if you haven't done so, or keep it bent, whatever feels good. Just stay present with your body. What a beautiful gift. Nice. Just 2 more breaths here. Soften into those spaces and places. Make sure that chin is neutral and just visualize it. A visualization is really important in yoga. So visualize the engagement of that inner left thigh and lifting that left leg, floating it to center, and then do so. Just float it out back to center. Nice. Yes. Beautiful. Pass that strap, both of them, over to the right hand. Lengthen the right leg. Bend that left knee back as much as you need to. Extend that left arm out. Look over at the left hand as you bring that left leg over the body towards the right side. You might catch that leg on a block and release here, finding that stretch in the left glute. Beautiful. Just 2 more breaths here. Soften where your knees to soften, find a little more space. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, slowly, again, visualize, right? Bring the chin back to neutral. Bring that left knee in, release the strap, interlace your hands around that left shin, hug that left knee into the body. And then whenever you're ready, take that left leg long. Now you might feel that the feet are even, everything is long. Lift your arms up over your head and take a nice big stretch. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Place your hands down by your side. Step your feet on the mat. One last one of these. This time, take your feet together. You might grab your blocks for under your thighs. Let the knees splay out for Supta Baddha Konasana. Place your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your heart. Then let those triceps come to the floor again. Good, and breathe. You might close your eyes or keep them open. Thank you, body. Thank you. And here I invite you to your own journey, to your Shavasana. Closing those legs like you're closing a good book. You can always come back to it later. Maybe drawing the knees into the chest, finding your way to a happy baby, allowing some time here. Those bolsters are a beautiful gift for you today to put under your knees so you can just relax your legs in your Shavasana, allowing yourself to release the low back and your legs. Last night I was doing a book study with a small group for Self-Observation by Red Hawk. Somewhat difficult book to grasp, a must read, but very intense. And there's a phrase in it that I wanted to share with you today as we come into our Shavasana, our rest state. What we feed will grow. As you come into your Shavasana today, consider the thought of priority 2. Are they uplifting? Do they bring you into your fullest potential? Or are you giving the thoughts that give you fear and nervousness or anxiety the greatest priority? I invite you to discover what you can start to invest in more in your thought life, to elevate your life, to feed it and to grow it. Take a nice deep breath in with me wherever you are. And a cleansing breath, ha.
La la